It's been a long time since we've seen so much excitement and anticipation for a vehicle where buyers are finding themselves on a waiting list to receive one. But the Ford Bronco's return has sparked a rekindled interest in rugged off-roaders that can literally do it all. For 25 years, if you were looking for an affordable adventure vehicle, the Jeep Wrangler was your best and really only option if you were strictly looking at purchasing new. With Ford and Chevy leaving this market entirely in the 90s, there was a void that needed to be filled. And after 2 decades of waiting, the Ford Bronco is back, and dare we say, better than ever. Earlier this year, the baby Bronco arrived, giving consumers a small glimpse into the future. But for the truly dedicated and loyal, the sport just isn't enough. So here are 5 reasons why you should buy or order a 2021 Ford Bronco. When brands bring back a beloved nameplate, there's times where they fail to recapture the special attributes that made those particular vehicles desirable among enthusiasts or former owners. The most recent example would be the Mark V Supra, which lacks a manual transmission and is powered by a BMW inline 6 rather than a 2JZ engine. But what makes the Ford Bronco different, and why are consumers hopping on board without hesitation? It really comes down to it being a modern reincarnation of the first generation from the 1960s, where the design language has current cosmetic features like LED headlights and taillights, but the road presence is undeniably a Ford Bronco, much like we see with the Jeep Wrangler, which hasn't fundamentally changed throughout the decades. Then when you take a look on the inside, you're met with modern technology, but the dashboard design gives you that pickup truck feel, and Ford thankfully didn't embrace a trendy interior, and instead stuck to what buyers are going to admire the most. Of course, there's going to be Bronco owners that will opt for a smaller user interface, and may even decide to purchase a lower trim for a basic cabin. But that ultimately fits the character of the Bronco, as it's designed and engineered to be a workhorse off the pavement, and to also be a perfect companion for those who love the outdoors. The overall retro styling, both for the exterior and interior, is exactly why Ford loyalists will find themselves right at home with the 2021 Bronco. And it's great to see that Ford found a way to modernize this vehicle without tarnishing its legacy. One of the complaints people had with the Bronco Sport earlier this year was that it wasn't necessarily the most accommodating, as its subcompact crossover dimensions made the second row pretty cramped, even for average-sized adults. The full-size Bronco, on the other hand, is going to provide a better experience for passengers in the back, as legroom is abundant, and you'll also likely have the ability to fit a third person in the center seat, as the Bronco is about 2 inches wider than its smaller sibling. A strength for both models is the rear cargo area, but the Bronco takes it one step further, as you have more room compared to the Jeep Wrangler. So if you're going on a road trip with the family, or an off-road adventure with good friends, there will be enough space for multiple bags of luggage and camping gear to make this vehicle both a practical and versatile option if you're in the market for something a bit more rugged than a crossover. When you decide to purchase an off-roader, you have to prepare for the inevitable that's not going to have the creature comforts and the plushness that's found in crossovers. But even on a basic level, the suspension and tire size will play a role in how enjoyable your experience will be on a daily basis, as you take on a variety of variables, whether that be imperfections in the road, you're traveling down narrow streets in the city, or even the amount of road noise in the cabin. The Jeep Wrangler is known for its not-so-forgiving suspension, as it has a solid front axle, which is better suited for off-road conditions besides the pavement. But the Ford Bronco has you covered, as its independent front suspension is going to allow you to commute with this vehicle throughout the week. Equipped with 33-inch tires, we found the ride quality to be relatively pleasant as we took the Bronco on typical New England roads, and surprisingly, it was able to handle the bumps pretty well. For road noise, since our model had a soft top, insulation obviously wasn't the best, as on the highway, that noise would funnel in, and the ambiance was a bit tinny, which was to be expected. Our Bronco for the full review had the 2.3-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and was paired with the optional 10-speed automatic. And while for the power hungry, it might not be the most engaging and going with the V6 might be a better option, this engine performed quite well and didn't feel underpowered getting on the highway or even when accelerating on back roads. The transmission also shifts smoothly to make on-road driving enjoyable, but more importantly, comfortable enough where you can load up the family and travel long distances. In the modern era, the vehicles that get remembered the most and are looked at as being iconic are the ones that have a lot of aftermarket support and/or the brand provides the ability for buyers to customize and personalize their cars to make it one of a kind. Jeep has been doing this for years with the Wrangler, creating a cult following of enthusiasts who often go the extra mile with their modifications. And with the manufacturer's support, there's a consistent growth of trust and loyalty to the brand. Fully aware of this, Ford rolled out the Bronco with mods and packages, where owners could have some fun immediately. But also they followed in the footsteps of Jeep, as you can remove the doors and have the optional soft top for an optimal amount of fun during the summer. Where Ford also seems to have hit a home run is with the different trim levels, all of which have a slightly unique personality to help you achieve your off-road goals, or if you're just looking for a cool and fun daily driver. You'll also have the option to go with a 2-door or 4-door, just like the Wrangler. And there's the optional Sasquatch package that gives you 35-inch tires, which will be suitable for rock crawling or when you're deep in uncharted territory. As deliveries begin to increase, it seems that the Bronco will do quite well in the long run, but they have one rival standing in the way. For those who refuse to join Team Jeep for whatever reason, or you're looking to switch things up, where Ford succeeded with the Bronco is that they developed, engineered, and even branded a vehicle that could rival the Wrangler in more ways than one. Is it a better daily driver? We'd think so, based on our experience after recently test driving the Bronco because of the independent front suspension. Does the interior do a better job of creating a welcoming driving environment compared to the Wrangler? That depends on your personal tastes, but the cabin has enhanced technology, and thanks to the dashboard layout, seems a bit more roomy as well. And lastly, did Ford do enough to give buyers a vehicle that's an alternative to Jeep? That's where only time will tell, as Ford certainly has good mod support for the Bronco, and all signs point to this vehicle being a great off-roader. But longevity and further development is going to be key in the long run, as Jeep still may be seen as being the superior option between the two. But either way, Ford gave consumers a vehicle that was worth the wait, delays, and even the chip shortages, and we'd say meets the expectations so many have had for the past few years. We hope you enjoyed this quick buyer's guide for the 2021 Ford Bronco. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you're interested in buying a Ford Bronco or any other Ford model, make sure to check out our full reviews to help you find your next vehicle. And thanks for watching.